Today, we talking about don't hustle your business. Don't lose your hustle, just don't hustle your business. About to get to it. Let's go. It's your brother K-Mon, and this is my road to excellence. What's up, YouTube? It's your brother K-Mon, man. I'm back with another video. I know it's been a minute. I know. I was supposed to upload once a week. It just didn't happen that way, man. But to my defense, I brought a GoPro last week trying to get better footage so I can make the channel a little better. And I got home, edit the video. My voice would play, but the video wouldn't. So I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if it's my SD card. I don't know right now. But anyways, man, I'm back with another video, man. I see y'all been watching the videos. I do appreciate it. Thank you if you subscribe to the channel. If not, go ahead, click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you get all the notifications when we drop new videos around here. But let's get into today's video. Getting started is a matter of just doing it. Can I tell you right now it's a good time to get into the transportation business? I can, but that's going to be up to you because it is going to be what you make it. Everybody's situation is different when it comes to this trucking business because there's so many avenues in which you can make money into this business. You can go over the road, you can stay local, you can haul furniture, you can do Amazon, you can do regional. I mean, it's so many different ways and aspects that you can run your business. I'm gonna tell you, this is why I love the transportation business. In all my previous businesses that I owned and operated, you always had to go out, look for customers, and you had to slowly build those customers up to be able to make a decent income. With the transportation industry, you can literally, once you get set up, you can go on the load board, talk to a broker, and book a load that's paying you $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $1,000, and you can go next day, factor that money and have it in your bank. Access to capital like that. That's why I love this business. Now, is this business easy? Hell no. You're gonna have to grind if you want to get those chips. But what I'm saying is, this is a beautiful business, but you have to treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hustle, it's gonna hustle you. It's gonna wear you out and you're gonna be up out of here. I'm gonna give you an example. So about a year ago, almost 2 years ago, I think, me and my brothers and sisters and their husbands and wives, we pulled our resources together and we brought a semi. We brought a 2017 Freightliner, Cascadia. Now my brother, I'm gonna bring him on the show so y'all can hear from him. But anyways, my brother been dispatching the truck. He's been running the truck. We hired a driver. My brother been doing an excellent job running the truck, making sure that we're staying profitable. But I think it's about 2 months ago. No, it's been almost about 2 months. He calls and he says, "Hey man, the truck went down. It broke down. You're in this business, you already know breakdown's gonna happen." So we took it to the shop, and to come to find out, the part that we need is on extreme back order. They told us they don't even know when the part coming in. It could be 5 to 6 months before they get that part in. Now, luckily, we wasn't taking no finances from the business. Right there, that's the situation out of your control. Now, just say you brought a truck, you out there, you need this truck to pay your bills. You got everything is wrapped up in this truck. You already understand that you're gonna have to pay some money to get your trucks fixed, but what happened when you can't get that part? Now, how do you pay those bills? Now, how do you stay in business? Do you go rent a truck? Yeah, it's a possibility. But now you have to start asking yourself these questions because they come up and they happen. No one is guaranteed to be successful in business because sometimes you have circumstances outside of your control, but you can prepare yourself for those things. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I knew I was gonna start this business. So what I did was, I had a brand new truck. I had a Tacoma. I sold my truck, made a couple dollars off of it, but I sold it because I knew I wasn't gonna be driving around like that. So I sold my truck, brought a vehicle cash, and then went and got my truck. So I got rid of that payment. So I'm decreasing my overhead at home. So I don't need that much to survive off the business. So I can allow the business to grow. I only know that because of my prior business that I had these expenses, and you go out and you start a business and you have no choice but to take everything that's coming in just to survive. So going into this business, I wanted to cut back my expenses. That way I can still be able to pay myself and still leave some money for the business so it can survive. And that's what I mean by hustling. Don't hustle your business. That you go into business and your overhead is so high high that you can't even allow the business to thrive because you're pulling from it, and it can never really grow. And it'd be 5-6 years you wondering why you're still in the same position, or you grab something else or whatever, but you got used to this hustle mentality, so now you're just taking everything that the business is making and it never will grow or survive. So I'm saying that to say, man, if you getting into business, I would suggest, especially in the transportation business, go ahead and try to cut back on some of your expenses. That way you don't have to rob your business. Like, one thing, I didn't want to jump in the business and have to be on that road no matter what. I wanted the option to be able to be on the road. I didn't want to be so pressured where I'm beginning to affect my health because I got to go out here and get out on this road, or else I'm going to be right back on this 9 to 5. So I wanted to give myself some breathing room. Give yourself some breathing room when going into business, especially in this trucking business, because these costs add up so fast. I brought a 2009 Freightliner. I brought an older truck. My truck got 400,000 miles on it. Right now, I put 25,000 miles. No, I put 39,000 on it since I had it. Now, luckily, I didn't have too many issues with it, especially when it comes to the motor. The only thing I did to my truck was I replaced the water pump pulley and the belt. I replaced the air conditioner and an oil pan. All my other problems have been in the back of my truck. My lift gate, the floorboard. I have busted a couple floorboards on my truck, letting those forklifts run on my truck. Sometimes you go to these shippers, they don't let you in, so they're loading your freight, so it's kind of hard to keep them off your truck. One stop I went to that actually loaded my truck cracked my floorboard, so I end up having to replace that. That's a whole nother story in itself. But all I'm saying is, give yourself room to grow. Give yourself room to be able to survive or to thrive in this business, because there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to learn. Like, if you don't know by now, first 3 months are going to be tough. Reason being because a lot of brokers don't want to do business with new authorities. And there's a good reason why. Because a lot of people get in this business and a lot of people quit. They be like, hey, man, I thought this was something else. And that just happens. You be like, man, I don't want to do this. Or you have new carriers get into the business, don't know anything about the business, and then hire a driver and expect them to know everything about the business. And they out there running. They haven't taught them how to run their ELD. They out here out of pocket. They out here running across country off their cell phone. Don't have the proper GPS systems guide them across the country, staying away from places that they don't need to be on. So you got to think about this, man. When you coming in here, when you're out here on this road, man, it's no joke. So if you hiring somebody or you got somebody on this road, man, you want to make sure that they have the tools that they need to see that they're successful and that they are not out there endangering other people's lives. You got, man, tires go out, they pop like crazy. So you want to make sure that you have good tires on your vehicle. You want to make sure that you have a good GPS system. I run the Garmin system. A lot of people run other different systems, but it keeps me from tearing off the top of my damn truck. I'm not trying to go through low bridges, and man, that's just a whole issue that you can avoid if you just go ahead and spend that upfront money. It's gonna cost you about $300-400 to go ahead and get your GPS system. I know you're already coming out of pocket a lot of money, but if you're gonna put somebody else out there on that road, make sure that they have what they need to have out there. But it's hard to do that if you don't know the business. That if you wasn't willing to go out there and see what the drivers are going through to understand their mindsets and the different shifts that they might have, it's hard to understand or give guidance to someone that you're trying to tell somebody to do something that you have never done. It's a little difficult. It really is. You're gonna have to really hire a good person, trustworthy person to run your business. But I would suggest going out there, at least getting the gist of your business, understanding what it's like to be on that road, what it's like to be in that truck for hours, to sit at shippers for hours, to receivers for hours. And sometimes you get in, sometimes you get out. To be driving down the road trying to get somewhere and then the traffic stop. Then you sitting in the traffic for 2-3 hours, not knowing that you should have stopped at the fuel station when your truck got at least halfway full, just in case that happened, that you're not just sitting in this traffic and you worried about running out of fuel. You worried about like, dang, I ain't got nothing up in here to eat. I don't have nothing. I don't have no water. Like, different things you have to think about, man. So what I'm saying is, let's make sure you're taking care of your people. Make sure you're taking care of your truck. Make sure you got the proper maintenance, because you're out here on this road and it's going to be real expensive. You break down on that road, you really going to find out what highway robbery is. I definitely found out. I didn't know the meaning of it, but once I broke down on that freeway, oh yeah, I know where the term highway robbery comes from, and you will understand that too. No lie. I love being able to give back what I have learned, to see us grow, to do better, because we don't have any competition. We are our own competition. And once we get out competition mindset, we'll be able to go farther. When we see each other and understand at the end of the day, we all trying to feed our family. At the end of the day, that's what matters, that our families are fed, that they're healthy. And the way things are going right now, you got to be planning ahead. And you just do. And that's just what it is. You got to be a thinking man. You can't be out here in this road just out here. You got to be thinking of your next step. You got to be thinking of, okay, if this happened, how do I pivot? If my truck break down, how do I keep running? Like you got to be drawing these things out. You got to be using that brain, man. You got to be using your brain. I just want to come on here today, drop those couple tidbits on you, man. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what God has put inside of your mind.